Imagine never having to worry about your family's next meal again. This could be the solution you've been searching for. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into exactly how to navigate the Alabama Department of Human Resources food assistance process online. Look, if the rising cost of groceries has been stretching your budget to the absolute breaking point lately, I want you to know you're definitely not alone. We're going to demystify this whole system and give you a really clear, actionable, step-by-step guide to getting the nutritional support you might be fully entitled to through the SNAP program. Because, seriously? Think about that idea for a second. So many families just assume they won't be eligible for assistance. Or, honestly, they get so overwhelmed by all the government paperwork that they just give up before they even start. But here's the truth. Thousands of Alabama residents actually qualify right now and just don't realize it. So, we're going to change that today by breaking this seemingly huge process down into super simple, manageable steps.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to quickly cover SNAP basics, then look at eligibility and income. Next, we'll walk through accessing the MyDHR portal online, preparing your documents, submission and next steps, and finally, maintaining your benefits once you're approved. So, let's jump right into part 1, SNAP basics and what food assistance actually is.
SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Now, while it is a federal program, here in Alabama, it's actually managed locally by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, or the DHR. And if you get approved, you don't get old-school paper stamps. Instead, you'll receive an EBT card in the mail. This thing functions exactly like a standard debit card. Every single month, your approved funds are loaded right onto it, and you just swipe it to buy basic, healthy food items, stuff like fruits, vegetables, meat, and dairy, at approved grocery stores, farmers markets, and even online at places like Walmart and Amazon.
Moving right along to Section 2. Eligibility and income, where we'll unpack those financial limits.
Now, figuring out if you qualify basically comes down to two big things: your household size and your income. These limits scale up based on the federal poverty level. For instance, for a single person, the estimated gross monthly income limit is $1,696. If you've got a household of 4, that jumps up to $3,483. And just a quick note, a household legally means the people you live with and who you buy and prepare food with. Now, looking at those dollar amounts, you might immediately think, well, I make way more than that, I won't qualify. But hold on a second, because there is a massive catch you need to know about.
And that catch is the absolutely crucial difference between your gross income and your net income. Your gross income is literally every dollar you bring in before taxes. Paychecks, unemployment, Social Security, all of it. But your net income, that's what is left over after the Alabama DHR applies approved deductions. And these deductions can be huge. We're talking your rent or mortgage payments, utility costs, childcare expenses, and even out-of-pocket medical expenses if someone in your household is 60 or older or has a disability. The golden rule here: never, ever rule yourself out until you've factored in those deductions.
Let's bring this to life with a real-world example to show you why this matters so much. Imagine a family of 3 living in Birmingham. Their gross income is $2,600 a month. If we only looked at that top gross number, they might think they don't qualify. But when they sit down to apply, they claim a $300 child care deduction plus a $1,200 deduction for their rent and utilities. Because of those heavy everyday living costs, their net income drops significantly. And boom, they are safely placed into the qualifying range to receive monthly EBT benefits. It really is a game changer.
Before we move on from the income math, I have to highlight a really great pro tip for all the freelancers, gig workers, and self-employed folks out there. In Alabama, calculating your business income for SNAP is actually surprisingly easy. Instead of forcing you to hunt down receipts and list out every single tiny business expense, the state just has you take a flat 40% standard deduction straight off your gross self-employment income. It's a flat rate, which makes doing the math so much easier when you're trying to figure out if you're eligible.
All right, let's get into the how-to with Section 3, accessing the MyDHR portal and setting up your digital account.
The official DHR website and the MyDHR portal are your digital gateways to getting this assistance. Step 1 of setting up your account. Make sure you enter your name exactly as it appears on your state-issued driver's license or ID. Step 2, provide a valid email address. Now, technically, you could try to apply without one, but having the email is literally the only way you can reset your password if you ever get locked out, so it's highly recommended. Step 3 is creating a strong password. Make sure it's at least 6 characters with a mix of upper and lowercase letters and numbers. And finally, step 4 is answering a few security questions. A quick tip here, please write these answers down somewhere safe. The DHR uses them to verify your identity and protect your personal data.
That brings us to Section 4, preparing your documents and gathering all your necessary proof.
I know gathering paperwork is nobody's idea of a fun afternoon, but doing this beforehand will make filling out that online form an absolute breeze. Plus, your caseworker is eventually going to need to see this proof anyway. You're going to need IDs and social security numbers for everyone in the household who is applying. You'll need recent pay stubs or benefit letters to prove your income. Make sure you grab those rent and utility bills too. Remember, that's how you get those massive deductions we talked about. And if anyone in the home is over 60 or has a disability, round up their out-of-pocket medical bills because those can reduce your net income even further.
Now, at this point, you might be asking a very common question that causes a ton of anxiety. What if I don't have all my documents right now? Like, what if I'm missing a pay stub or my roommate ran off with a utility bill? Should I just wait to apply until I find everything?
The answer to that is absolutely not. Do not wait. Under Alabama DHR rules, you have the right to file an application the very same day you contact them. In fact, you can submit an incomplete digital application with literally nothing more than your name, your address, and your signature. Doing this is a brilliant move because it locks in your filing date for benefits right away. You can always provide the missing paperwork later on, and you can easily check your application status and messages right there in the MyDHR portal to see exactly what your caseworker is waiting for.
All right, on to Section 5, Submission, and next steps, or more specifically, the timeline to getting approved.
Once you hit Submit, here is the basic timeline you can expect. Day 1 is when you submit the application online. Now, if you are in a severe financial emergency, for example, your total household income is under $150 a month, or your rent and utilities cost more than your entire income, you might actually qualify for expedited processing. In those emergency cases, benefits can be approved in just 7 days. For standard cases, though, the whole process takes up to 30 days. During that window, a caseworker will reach out to you, usually for a quick phone interview, just to verify all the details you submitted online.
Finally, we arrive at Section 6, maintaining your benefits and keeping your account active.
Alabama operates on what's called simplified reporting, which essentially means you just update them every 6 months. However, there are 3 mandatory, major life changes that you legally must report to the DHR within 10 days of them happening. First, if your total gross income suddenly shoots over the limit for your family size. Second, if you're classified as an able-bodied adult without dependents, also known as an ABAD-WAD, and your work hours drop below 20 per week. And third, if anyone in your household happens to win $4,500 or more in a single lottery or gambling win. It's super important to stay on top of this, because failing to report these fast enough can actually result in penalties, or you might even have to pay back the benefits.
To really maximize this program, you definitely want to develop some smart SNAP habits. Get into the routine of planning your groceries around sales, and try to buy generic brands to really stretch those dollars. Also, do yourself a favor and download the Connect EBT app on your phone so you can always check your exact balance before you hit the checkout lane. No one likes having their card declined. And perhaps most importantly, use your card every single month. While your benefits do stay in your account and roll over, if you leave them completely untouched for several months, the state can and will remove them.
Of course, we've got to include our quick evergreen disclaimer here. Everyone's individual financial and household circumstances vary wildly, and things like federal poverty levels, deductions, and program guidelines do change over time. So, you should always consult the official Alabama DHR website or speak directly with a local caseworker to get the absolute most current and personalized information regarding your specific case.
So there it is. We've covered the basics, walked through the income math, navigated the digital portal, laid out the timeline, and went over the reporting rules. You now have the map to food security right at your fingertips. If the cost of groceries is keeping you up at night, what is stopping you from logging on to MyDHR and taking that very first step today? Get your name, address, and signature in that system, lock in your date, and claim the support that is quite literally there to help your family thrive. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.